1 2 1 2. Give me 2 seconds. 1 2 1 2. Yes, people. What is going down? We are live and direct. Welcome back to another stream inside of FL Studio, and this one I'm going to be showcasing a little bit of a different style track to what I'd normally make. So you know that I've made hardcore before, and then more recently I've gone into producing bounce. However, I've been working on a different track, and I've actually been working on a makina track. Now, makina as a genre for me is not one of my favourite genres. Like, I don't mind it, and I've MC'd over it quite a few times in the past, and I do enjoy it, but I don't, there's a lot more other genres that I do prefer over makina. However, the other day I was having a browse around on YouTube, and a video came up that was advertising a Donkin bass sample pack on the Rewired Records website. So obviously that's right up my street, so I thought I'd just go and click on it, see how much it is. And it was quite a hefty price, so I thought, yeah, I might get it at some point. So I had a little browse around on the website, and there was a Rewired Records makina starter pack, and there was also a free percussions loop pack. So you got like snares, rides, hats, hi-hats and kicks and claps, and all these kind of things, which was obviously quite a cool thing, within itself. So I was just sort of not really planning to make a tune, and I was just more having a play around with the pack, because I thought, well, it's a little starter pack. You're not going to be able to do a whole load with it, and I was actually I was actually proven wrong. I'm not gonna lie, and I've actually come up and made this tune. It's not finished yet. And it's called I'm calling it Hand Deliver, because I think that's what the vocal is saying, this little vocal loop that I've used. I could be wrong, it could be saying something completely different. I think personally it is saying hand deliver. I think it's going hand deliver, ha ha ha, hand deliver, something like that. So I've decided to call the track Hand Deliver, which is a little bit different. And one of the reasons why I wanted to showcase it is because I put two different basses together, and I've sort of created this like really sort of like sick sort of northeast sort of style drop. It's one of them drops where you can just imagine the DJs mixing it in, and then it just drops into this fat drop, and you can just kind of picture the whole club like proper going for it. It's like a proper sort of hard, heavy stroke, just like a real sort of northeast cheesy drop, where it just comes in like real sort of fast and bouncy, and really kicks as well. It really works well with the kick I've used. And it was just one of these, I was playing around with a pack, and then the track just kind of came together to the point where I guess now I'm actually writing a makina track. So I'll let you have a little listen, and you can tell me exactly what you think. And yeah, so this little breakdown here at the end, I'm gonna change that up because I'm not totally happy with it yet. I think it kind of, you know, like just changes the total style of the track. So I'm gonna play around with that. I do like the do you like your hardcore vocals, do you love your hardcore. I do like this. I do like the sound of it. But I still might maybe change it up because I don't think it really fits with this melody. This you know, just doesn't really. So if I just. It's a nice little melody. So yeah, so like I say, with the tune itself, this was just like so like not expected. I was only really just playing around with the pack to see what sounds were in there, and I've never wrote a Makina tune before, and I actually really do like this. I think it's something that could definitely go off in a set, most definitely, once it's obviously fixed up. And another thing I do want to change as well, you'll see here, I've added like another bass in. At the moment, I've just put like just a random bass sound on it because I'm gonna get some more Makina sample packs, and I wanna make it like because you've got this here, which is this bit, which is all like nice and bouncy, but then after the 16 bars, so here, like I just want it to come in like even fatter, and I want to kind of get rid of that bounciness and then come into like a proper, more sort of like fat sort of banging bass. So that's kind of what the sort of plan is, but I just haven't really got a sound that just sounds that good. I put like a donk and stuff over it, and it doesn't sound too bad when you put a donk over it. If you sort of choose what donk you use, so for example, if you use something like let me find the pack again. So if I go into here and then I go into donk and basses, like if you use something like that as opposed to that, like this makes it sound better, but it just doesn't sound fat enough. It just doesn't have that Makina punch to it because it's not a Makina bass. And in the Makina sample pack for the basses, you know, that's have you got this bass already? It's this one here. So that's the original Makina bass, and the rest of them just don't sound too good. So anyway, so how did I make this bass? How did I make this bit here? Because a lot of people, like, they want to know how to make it, and they're like, I've been trying to make that bass for ages, and I didn't do anything that you would call special. So in this pack, if you go into stabs, I think if this stab here, it's a rave stab. So what I did is I put this bass in, and then what I essentially did was I cloned this bass. so this bass is coming out 2 times, nice and heavy. And then I essentially just underneath I added the stab, and then cloned the stab so it was the same volume. And then when you put the 2 basses, the stab and the bass together, it's got that real sort of northeast sort of. I can picture it just being like a proper northeast belter, something that, you know, like I say, it would just go off in a club. You know, that would drop in. Comes in quite solo as well, so there isn't too much happening. You know, you ain't got all these sort of like claps and hi-hats. It's just this very simple. So you really hear that bouncy sound, and you hear the pumping kick sort of on its own, and it just sounds really good. It just gives it that real, like I say, I could picture this going off, and I know if I was in a club and, you know, this just dropped in, and I'd be like, whoo, yes, go on then. And I'd have my hands in the air, and obviously, you know, I'd be going for it, as I think that's what this tune is about. One of them tunes that would just make you go for it, most definitely. So, yeah, I've never made a makina track before, so it's a first time for me making a makina tune. It's something that I've never even, well, I've thought about doing it before. I've just never really got into it, because, like I say, I do prefer me donks, and I do like writing a bit of UK hardcore as well. And, you know, I just thought, you know, it's not something, you know, when you're trying to sort of like learn production, if you start doing too many different things at once, you know, you'll confuse yourself, because obviously all genres and tracks work in a different way, work in a different manner. So I just think, you know, if you stick to sort of like one sort of like genre, just till you get sort of like used to production itself, and then maybe go on to something else. So I've been sort of like doing loads of donk, and since doing that, I'm really focusing and sitting down and watching videos, and just learning a bit more about production. You know, like my tracks have come a long way. I mean, some of them are nowhere near to the point where, you know, they could get released on a label, because, you know, there's things wrong with them, that there's things that maybe do sound out of key, but you know, the improvements there, and you know, it's just that I enjoy learning. I love sitting down on FL. I love putting something together, and it's just a shed load of fun when you've got something that just absolutely smashes you know, the pants out of it, and just goes down really, really well. You know, so absolutely. You know, it's all about having a go and learning. And I remember when I used to load FL up. Well, I think I got the demo version years ago, just out of curiosity, because I sat there and I thought one day, I thought, how do people make tracks? Like, how are our dance hits made? How are our tunes made? So I put it into YouTube, and this program got recommended. So I got a demo version of it, and I'm thinking to myself, like, how does this even work? And, you know, the program at the time was so mind blowing, that I just had no clue what any of it did. I think about all I knew at the first time was, like, I could, like, because when you load it up, this opens up, this here. So I think at the time I was just doing that. Do you know what I mean? I was just doing that, and then pressing play, and it was making like some random kick sound, and then I'm thinking, like, you know, like, well, how do I add to this? And I wasn't really sure what I was doing, so I think I did give it up in the end, until I obviously came back to it years later, and obviously had a proper go. So, but yeah, there we go. This is a tune in itself. This is an absolute northeast belter, that I will be finishing this up, and I will be working on this one, because I'm looking forward to it. It's one of these where I think it just be one of them tunes where I maybe won't play it much myself, because I don't mix a lot of makina, but it's one of them tunes that might just go off. It might be one of them where a lot of people just play it off of the web, and they just vibe over the drop. Or it might be one of them where it don't really get known, but people drop it in their sets, and then people are like, "Who did that remix?" And then they're like, "Oh, Noble did it," and then people are like, "What? Noble did a Makina tune?" You know, because like they're used to hearing me do bounce, or they're used to hearing me attempt to do something different. So I'm hoping that that's maybe going to be the style and the vibe that we're going to go with. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the future of this track, and who knows, I might maybe start delving into doing a little bit more Makina. Who knows? Depends how I feel as well. You know, if this track seems to go well, or we get it finished, you know, and maybe something happens to it. I'm not, you know, not entirely sure. You know, we'll see what happens. But at the moment, I'm liking it. I'm liking the drop on it. There's you know, a lot of things I'm liking. There's just, you know, a few things that I need to change up when I can get more sounds for, you know, for Makina in itself. But I do like it. It's coming a long way. One genre of music that I would like to write is I would like to write a little bit of like reverse bass, because I do like a bit of reverse bass. I don't love it, but I do like it, and it does go off in clubs, and I do enjoy listening to it. So I would like to have a go at making that, because I've got some ideas in mind as to what I'd do. If you know, if I was going to maybe write say some reverse bass, but you know, I do want to have a dive in and do, you know, and start playing around with some other sounds. Got some other donk tunes on the go. I'll probably come live at some point and show me latest donk tune, because I'm very happy with that one as well. That one's coming on leaps and bounds as well. So I'll get that one showcased maybe in a day or so. Got a gig today, as you should all know. I did a stream about it the other day. It was like a last minute gig had come in, so I'm going through to Doncaster today, and I'm playing a bounce night tonight, bounce and donk night, and I'm playing the final set going on the decks at 2:15. I'm probably going to be grabbing the mic and stuff as well throughout the night, and I think towards the beginning of the night there's like a little free for all as well, where we can just all have like a little bit of a B2B and just drop some bangers in. So I'll probably be taking part in that as well. But it's going to be a shed load of fun. So make sure to like, make sure to comment, make sure to share. Peace out, people. Have a good day, whatever you're doing. We'll see you next time.